Welcome everybody to Breakfast with Sergio. This is episode number 22, and because you asked for it, the doctor is in the house again.
Hey everyone, good morning.
Doctor's in the house. That means we're gonna talk about something related to wellness, and we're gonna talk about today about dealing with disappointment. So that's episode number 22 of Breakfast with Sergio, dealing with disappointment, with our guest here, Dr. Yanina Gomez.
Hey everyone, it's always a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Well, it's Friday, so we're super happy because it's Friday, and we're ready to start with the weekend. But before we get started, what do you have for breakfast today? What did you bring?
I have my green smoothie.
She's got the Hulk drink. That's what I call it. Your Hulk drink.
It has all these greens and banana and oatmeal, so I'm protein. So yeah, that's what I have every morning.
You're all ready.
From Monday through Friday. Then on weekends it's a different story.
Now for me, yesterday we had a big meal. So we went to visit some friends. We had a big meal. So I decided to go light today. So I went with fruits and yogurt and a little bit of different kinds of fruits and chia seeds in the middle. So here it is, and I'm also check this out. This is super cool. I have the official now breakfast with Sergio plate. I don't know if I can turn this around without dropping all these fruits and stuff, but I'm gonna give it a try. Check it out. Breakfast with Sergio. This is the official plate now. There we go. I think you can see it. Whoa.
Drop one blueberry.
Right. And this is thanks to our good friend, artist from the area of Florida, Claudia Genao, who is a glass artist. And we did a collaboration actually last year. And she sent me this big surprise breakfast with Sergio official plate, which I'm super excited for. This is what I'm going to have for breakfast from now on. So don't use it for anything else, just for breakfast.
Okay. I won't.
All right, my friends. So let's talk about dealing with disappointment. And this episode, actually, the topic was suggested by one of the artists who watches Breakfast with Sergio every morning, every morning that we have it. And she said, why don't you talk about disappointment? I'm going through disappointment. And the reality, my friend, is that we all go through disappointments in our life. There's nobody that can say, I've never had a disappointment. I'm the first one to raise my hand.
Right. We all do.
Yeah, for an artist, it could be a disappointment such as, you apply for a grant and you don't get it. You apply for a residency, you don't get it. You're looking for an opportunity, you don't get it. Or maybe you already have something lined up and then something cancels right in front of you, which has happened to me. There are many ways in which as an artist, you can have a disappointment. And pretty much anywhere in life you can have disappointments, right?
Yeah, in relationships and business dealings, and every day you go to the store and you might be disappointed that you couldn't find your whatever you're looking for.
Right.
Yeah, disappointment is just part of our daily lives.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you go to the store, it happens to me, go to the store, buy something, and then I get other stuff, I come back home and you ask me, so what is it? What is the thing that I asked you to bring? Like, oh, I forgot. I got other stuff that we didn't even need.
Or you buy something and it doesn't work.
That's a big disappointment too.
Yeah.
So my friends, let's talk about how we deal with disappointment, because disappointment can be, debilitating for many of us. Where you get disappointment, you cannot avoid it. But what can we do to go beyond the disappointment and get back on track, get back to work? So how many tips are you going to give us?
Well, I'm going to give you only 3 tips since
3.
It's Friday and I'm sure you don't want to be overloaded with information. And basically, 3 tips for artists, actually.
Okay.
I kind of focus it on the artist perspective. And like you said, there are some times that maybe you really want to have an exhibition and you're throwing all those proposals out there and you keep receiving rejections.
Mm-hmm.
So, or maybe a series that you're working on is just not coming out the way you want it to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's more like that business component as an artist, and that's why I want to focus on that.
Awesome.
And,
so what would be the first one?
The first one is like when things are not going the way you want to, just accept that reality. It's so important because sometimes we're like, okay, this is not working out and I'm just going to ignore it and like nothing happened and hope that it will work out eventually. So that, and if that's your approach, I think it's not a good, healthy approach because you are not accepting the reality. You're kind of ignoring the reality, and the more you ignore the reality, the worse it's going to get. It's not going to get any better,
Do you recommend, for example, let's say that thing that you have been working for, this proposal you send out and you get the rejection letter, You recommend like to take time to kind of mourn that disappointment.
Yes, and that's what I was gonna.
Not really ignore it.
You're kind of reading my mind because I was going to
okay.
say that.
I'm getting ahead.
Yeah, the importance that once you accept that reality,
so we're not ignoring
you
it.
give yourself permission to grieve, and that's
awesome.
how I say it. You give yourself permission to grieve. I usually advise this: you for the next 24 hours, just be upset about it and be frustrated and grieve, but then after that it's time to move on. That's the problem. There's nothing wrong about grieving your disappointment. Actually, it's a very healthy way of approaching it. What is not good is if you get stuck in that reality and you get stuck in the disappointment and then you paralyze yourself because you're so frustrated. So it's always good to, once you're grieving your reality, give yourself again, you have 24 hours to do that. Then do something that will give you a win, some type of success, whether it's going for a workout or whether it's meditating or exercising or massage or whatever. It's like a little win.
Almost like a counteract.
Exactly.
The heaviness, the hesitation, the stress.
It's all about distracting your mind for a moment. Now that you have accepted that reality and you're grieving, now let's just put something positive in you. Because if you continue with the negativity and all this negative energy, you're just going to get stuck and things are not going to work out. So you have to experience something good. And if you like movies, watch a movie, or if you like to go for a walk, then go for a walk. But do something that is positive so you can refuel yourself.
Right.
So that would be my first one, the importance and the value of refueling yourself after you grieve, And the next one will be, and I have my little notes in here so I don't forget.
Good thing I cannot understand your notes. I have no idea what it says.
The second one is focus on the outcome. Say that you're focusing. Let's go back to the exhibition proposals, and you want to get this exhibition or a show that you want to be accepted, whatever it is. Focus on the outcome. Now the focus is no longer on the disappointment. Okay. Now you're like, okay, this time it didn't work out, but I still want to have that show. I still want to work toward having, whether it's a solo show or a 2-person show, whatever goal you have set for yourself, I still want to achieve that goal. So now what we're going to do is like, okay, obviously what I did before did not work out. Now you need to give yourself some time to tweak that action plan.
Okay.
And in a situation like an exhibition proposal, it would be, okay, what did I miss in this proposal this time that I need to focus more on and work a little bit more towards? Whether it's like, did you provide a proposal that was cohesive? Did you provide a proposal that made a difference? Like it will be something that will make a difference in that institution, the art center, or that proposal was just about you, and you did not address the mission and the vision of that venue. So it's
like recalibrating, whatever that it may be that you're working with, reassessing, recalibrating.
And look for and take action.
And take action for a better outcome. Okay.
Yeah, and one thing that I in between in this step is the value of talking to other people that you trust, people that know the field, and you can get a different perspective.
Okay.
It's always good to get someone else's perspective, but it has to be someone that you respect, someone that values what you do. It cannot just be a friend that it's always hanging out but doesn't know anything about your art. So you might want to get a perspective. So that's number 2.
Number 2, awesome, very cool. So far we're doing good. And for those of you guys who just joined now, we're talking about dealing with disappointment with none other than Dr. Yanina Gomez. The doctor is in the house here in the Breakfast with Sergio. We're in your house, but
yeah,
we're a guest in the Breakfast with Sergio corner of the house.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. So let's give us now number 3, and then we're gonna wrap him up. We're gonna kind of do a quickie of just going over them really fast.
Yeah.
So number 3.
Number 3 will be to visualize the outcome. Where do you want to see yourself? And there's something about that. When you visualize, you have a visualization of where you want to be, and remind yourself every day about the value and what you're going to gain once you're there. We tend to Many people tend to, that's something that we used to do and now we have been avoiding. The fact that you wake up and the first thing you want to do in the morning is check out social media, check the news, and all the different horrible things that are happening in the world. Instead of focusing on what we're going to do today to achieve the goal that we have set for ourselves. So instead of getting up in the morning and getting involved in all the craziness of social media and the news, focus on the goal that you have set for yourself. Focus on what you're going to be doing today to achieve that goal and be persistent. You have to be persistent about it and be diligent and be disciplined that today I'm not going to be spending 2 hours, being caught up in social media, finding out what other people are doing. Those 2 hours I'm going to invest in, taking all these baby steps to be able to achieve that goal. And the focus will go to what you want to accomplish, and because you're so focused on what you want to accomplish and you're working toward that, then the disappointment is almost going to fade away. Okay. Because you are not leaving space in your brain, in your mind, to go back to that disappointment that you have already grieved and now
put it to rest
and move on. So it's just the value of moving on. If I want to summarize it in a couple of words, is that we all experience disappointment. I experience disappointment. You do. The importance is grieve it and be upset about it for just a period of 24 hours, no more. Find something that you will experience that will give you some success. Then after that, go back, refocus on what you want to accomplish. Create a visualization and remind yourself every morning about what you're going to do today to achieve that goal, and visualize the positive outcomes and be persistent. You might be only one step away from succeeding.
That is very cool. Thank you, Yanina, for those really awesome points on dealing with disappointment, because we all going to have to go through it. Maybe some of you are going through it right now. I know this topic is particularly for a friend of Breakfast with Sergio, who said, I'm dealing with disappointment right now. Can you talk about this? And this episode is for you, my friend. And we hope it is helpful for your career. And anyone, who may be going through this, or maybe you just went through that, maybe you are right now in that period of refocusing, recalibrating, it happens to everybody. So hope you take these steps seriously. Hope you, you take them to heart, write them down somewhere. And that's what we do here at the Breakfast with Sergio. Very quick steps that will help you get with your day, get with what's going on, what's happening in your life or in your art career. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's sending amazing, awesome messages there through Instagram there. Right now, the box is super busy with comments there, and also some of our friends here on Facebook. Thank you for sending your love, sending your messages. I read each and every one of those, and I send replies to as needed. So thanks again. I want to thank you for...
But before you let me go, I'm just curious with our artist friends, when it comes to dealing with disappointment, have you, for those of you who have already overcome disappointment, what did you do? I would love to hear, just post it, your comments below in the chat, in the comments box, and let us know what is it that you did to overcome your disappointment, because it might be something totally different from what I talked about today. Right. And, if you're willing to share how you're overcoming your disappointment, I would love to hear from you.
Absolutely, we would love to hear from you, my friends, and we always read all the comments that we receive, either through Facebook or through Instagram, or also through YouTube, that they comment sometimes after the episode has been posted. If you have missed any of the Breakfast with Sergio episodes, you can go to YouTube, just search for Sergio Gomez Art, and you will find all the playlist of all the episodes, starting with episode number 1. And that is pretty cool. You can also listen to it in a podcast. All our friends who are listening by podcast only, that are not actually seeing the visual, we want to also say thank you for your attention. Thank you for checking out Breakfast with Sergio. Please share it with a friend. That's one thing that you can do that will make me so super happy. And well, it's funny. Yesterday somebody said, Sergio, your breakfast is getting cold. I was as I was doing my breakfast, we said, well, today it's not getting cold at all because I got fruits. I came prepared. So the doctor is in the house. I got to prepare with something that's not going to get cold.
You could have eaten while I was talking.
Well, I didn't want to be rude with our friends. Hey, thanks for watching again another episode of Breakfast with Sergio. If you really enjoyed it, join me Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays here in YouTube. Subscribe to my channel so you get all the episodes and you don't miss any of them. If you're on Instagram, don't forget to follow me at Sergio Gomez Projects.